Walk into almost any commercial gym on a weeknight, and you'll see every treadmill taken, lines at the front desk, and a weight room packed shoulder to shoulder. When you look at that crowd, the math seems obvious. More people means more memberships, and more memberships means the owner must be printing money. That single crowded hour is lying to you. Gyms operate as subscription businesses that happen to house dumbbells. To understand how this works, you have to look past the people sweating on the floor and focus on the people who aren't there at all. The dedicated regulars who come 3 times a week actually cost the gym real money in hot water, in equipment wear, and crowded floor space. The true financial lifeline keeping the doors open is the silent majority of members paying $10 to $40 a month who rarely, if ever, scan their barcode. The price tag to even open a gym is staggering. A mid-sized commercial location often requires somewhere between $300,000 and over $1 million in upfront capital just to turn an empty retail box into a safe, legal facility. This diagram shows exactly why. Building codes require roughly 20 cubic feet of fresh air per minute for every person exercising. Put 100 people on a 5,000 square foot gym floor, and you legally must pump in over 2,000 cubic feet of fresh air every single minute. That demands a massive industrial-grade HVAC system. Add in $10,000 to $40,000 for specialized rubber flooring that will not crack the concrete under dropped barbells, plus another $10,000 to $50,000 for moisture-resistant plumbing and locker room drainage. The cash evaporates before a single barbell is purchased. To preserve capital, owners often lease their equipment, but lease financing on treadmills and strength machines can carry interest rates around 8%. Worse, those monthly payments are fixed, contractual obligations that don't pause if membership dries up. These locked-in operating costs create an unforgiving baseline. The gym owner is forced to aggressively sell hundreds of memberships instantly, month after month, just to keep their head above water. From a purely economic standpoint, an active member is a drain on resources, but a ghost member who signs up and stays home has a cost of service close to zero. Every dollar of their monthly fee flows straight to the bottom line. This floor plan comparison reveals the mathematical bet of the entire industry. A typical commercial gym might have 7,000 paying members, but local fire codes legally cap physical occupancy at around 250 people at a time. If even 10% of the paying membership base showed up simultaneously, you would have 700 people trying to cram into a space built for a fraction of that size. The building would violate the fire code in minutes. This dynamic peaks every January. Gyms pull in about 12% of their entire annual signups in just a few weeks. It provides a huge injection of upfront cash, but up to 80% of those same resolution makers will completely quit showing up by the time summer arrives. The building only has to be big enough for the fraction of members who actually go. A commercial gym physically cannot operate if all of its paying customers decide to actually use the product they bought. So why do people keep paying for a service they aren't using? Economists call it a commitment device. Paying that $10 or $30 monthly fee feels like a promise to a future, healthier version of yourself. The physical environment itself enforces this attachment. Strength zones use directional lighting while recovery areas use softer lights. Even the music tempo is chosen to lower perceived exertion. It's all designed to keep you emotionally tethered to the space. When you finally decide to quit, the process is deliberately difficult. Gyms often require you to cancel in writing, in person at the club, or by sending certified mail with a return receipt. They want the friction of leaving to be higher than the friction of paying. Regulators have noticed. In 2024, the Federal Trade Commission attempted to introduce a national rule requiring that as signing up for one, though a federal appeals court quickly struck it down. With federal efforts stalled, local cities are moving on their own. New York City enacted a click-to-cancel rule in October 2026, imposing penalties of over $500 per violation for gyms that artificially complicate the exit process. If a gym's survival truly depended on happy, engaged, highly active members, it wouldn't need to make leaving so exhausting. The intense friction in the cancellation process proves that a huge share of their revenue relies entirely on trapping people who wish they weren't paying. Even with ghost members subsidizing the operation, hidden costs slowly bleed the margins dry. Take the music playing over the speakers. A commercial space legally requires public performance licenses from multiple performing rights organizations, which can cost anywhere from $1,300 to $4,000 a year. Using a personal streaming account instead is a massive legal hazard. Under federal copyright law, statutory damages for willful infringement can run from $750 all the way up to $150,000 per song. Then come the daily operational costs. Heavy commercial use shreds treadmill belts and snaps machine cables, adding thousands of dollars a month in repairs. Factor in the constant drain of industrial ventilation and hot showers, and the utility bills alone can hit $6,000 a month. These expenses add up. Valley Total Fitness and 24-Hour Fitness were once massive chains with locations across the country, fueled by aggressive, long-term membership contracts. Yet both ultimately filed for bankruptcy. These collapses occurred when the structural math connecting massive fixed debt and rent to reliable monthly cash flow finally gave way. A packed parking lot cannot save a gym with a fragile debt structure. Keeping that math afloat requires constant momentum. The industry average for annual member churn sits around 30 to 40%. A gym owner has to continually acquire hundreds of new members every single year just to replace the ones they lose and stay exactly where they started. This chart highlights how they break the cycle. Basic memberships aren't always enough, so gyms rely on secondary revenue streams. A trainer working one-on-one hits a hard annual revenue ceiling. But shift to small group training, 4 clients each paying $40 an hour, and the hourly rate doubles, breaking that ceiling entirely. Even with those optimizations, the margins remain volatile. If cancellation rates tick up slightly, or a cheaper budget chain opens down the road, a comfortable mid-sized gym can instantly slide from a solid double-digit profit into an outright monthly loss. The economics of owning a gym require a precise, relentless balancing act. Success in this industry doesn't come from packing the floor with fitness enthusiasts. It comes from surviving on the quiet math of the silent majority who sign up, go home, and never come back.